Hi everyone, I'm Mina from Susan's family. Today I'll teach you how to make the forest owl shawl. This shawl consists of the main part, the hat, the edging, and tassels. These 4 sections make up the whole piece. The main part is divided into 3 sections, the first section, the second section, the third section. After completing the main part, pick up stitches at the neckline to crochet the hat. Then proceed with the front band and edging for the hat. Finally, attach the tassels. Since everyone's tension is different, the size of the crocheted piece will also vary. Before starting the actual project, you need to make a gauge swatch. Measure your tension. The stitch count and row count for the gauge swatch are clearly marked in the chart. After measuring, adjust according to your actual tension. First, let's start crocheting the main part. Begin with the first section. The first section is divided into the body and left, right shoulder parts. After crocheting the body to the corresponding row count, shape the neckline through stitch pattern changes in the middle. The last 3 rows are divided into 2 separate parts, left and right shoulder parts. These need to be crocheted separately. Note, left, right, here refers to the wearer's actual left and right sides. After completing, pick up stitches on both sides. Crochet the second section and third section. Start with the first section. Use chain cast on. Work back and forth along the cast on row. Multiple crochet techniques are used. All are marked in the pattern chart. I won't go through each example. Now watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Here we're using variegated yarn for crocheting. The starting color segments of this yarn vary, resulting in slightly different effects when crocheted. You can refer to the finished product for reference, or choose your preferred starting color segment. To make it clearer for everyone, I'm demonstrating with cotton yarn. For specific yarn color schemes and hook sizes, please check the detail page of our product and paper instructions. First, let's cast on. Start by tying a knot. Next, crochet chain stitches. Pay attention, don't crochet the chains too loose or too tight. After completing, check the stitch count. The swatch stitch count here is for demonstration only. It's just showing the method. This completes the casting on. Now begin crocheting the first row. First, make 1 chain stitch. This is the turning chain for the single crochet row. The turning chain doesn't count as 1 stitch. Next, pick up the last stitch of the beginning chain. Pick up half of the chain stitch. Crochet 1 single crochet. Then crochet 3 chain stitches. Skip 3 chains underneath. Crochet 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Continue with 3 chain stitches. Skip 2 stitches and crochet 1 single crochet. 3 chain stitches. Skip 2 stitches. Crochet 1 single crochet. Downward, skip 2 chains and crochet 1 single crochet. Crochet 3 chain stitches between single crochets. Everyone follow the pattern until before the 4th last chain. Now at this position, crochet 3 chain stitches. Skip 3 stitches underneath. Crochet 1 single crochet on the edge chain stitch. This completes the first row. Crochet the second row downward. Chain 1 to begin. When working back and forth, turn the workpiece. Turn the workpiece counterclockwise. On the edge single crochet stitch. Crochet 1 single crochet. 2 chains. Crochet 1 single crochet in the left large chain space. Three chains. Crochet single crochets in chain spaces. 3 chains. Continue crocheting single crochets in the left chain spaces. Then crochet 7 double crochets in the adjacent chain space. Consider these 7 double crochets as a fan pattern area. Moving down, start from the adjacent chain space. Pick the chain spaces one by one. Work 3 single crochets correspondingly. Chain 3 as transition between each 2 single crochets. When completed, we consider the single crochets and the chains between them as a separated interval area. Next is crocheting the fan pattern area. Crochet 7 double crochets in the chain space. After completing, crochet a separated interval area. From now on, this row alternates between crocheting fan pattern areas and separated interval areas. Complete the remaining part until the last interval area. When done, work 2 chains. Then find the edge single crochet stitch in the previous row. Work 1 single crochet. Row 2 is completed. Now work on row 3. Chain 1 to begin. Turn the work. Work 1 single crochet in the single crochet stitch of the previous row. Chain 3. Skip the chain space of 2 chains below. In the interval area, work 1 single crochet in the chain space of 3 chains. Chain 3 for transition. Work 1 single crochet in the chain space. Now it's the fan pattern area. Work 1 double crochet in each double crochet stitch. Chain 1 between double crochets for transition. Note that when crocheting on the wrong side of the previous row, the stitches are located at the upper left. After completing the fan pattern area, it's the interval area. Work single crochets in the chain spaces. Chain 3 between single crochets for transition. In the fan pattern area, work double crochets in each double crochet stitch. Chain 1 for transition. Continue with the crocheting method for these two areas. Complete the remaining part until the last interval area. After completing, chain 3 for transition. Skip the chain space of the 2 chains below. Work 1 single crochet in the edge stitch. This completes row 3. Next, crochet row 4. First, chain 1 to begin. Turn the work. Work 1 single crochet in the edge stitch. Chain 2. Work single crochets in the 2 chain spaces on the left side. Chain 3 for transition between them. Fan pattern area. Pick up the chain spaces. Work a DC3 bobble. Chain 2 for transition between them. First, work 3 incomplete double crochets in the chain space. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over and draw through, yarn over again, and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. This is an incomplete double crochet. Work 2 more incomplete double crochets in the same space. There are 4 loops on the hook now. Yarn over again, and pull through all the loops on the hook. 1 DC3 bobble is completed, hereafter referred to as bobble stitch. Work 2 chains. Continue crocheting bobble stitches. Complete this fan pattern area. This creates 6 bobble stitches. When completed, pick up the chain space in the interval area, and make 1 single crochet. Afterwards, work bobble stitches in the chain spaces of the fan pattern area. Chain 2 as a bridge in the middle. In the interval area, pick up the chain space, and make 1 single crochet. Follow this pattern to complete the row. Work 3 chains. Make 1 single crochet in the large space below. 2 chains. Make 1 single crochet in the edge stitch. Row 4 is complete. Work row 5 downwards. First work 3 chains. As the turning chains for the double crochet count as 1 stitch. Then turn the work. Work 1 double crochet in the chain spaces on both sides. Work 1 double crochet in the left stitch. Pick up the large space on the left and work 2 double crochets. Then in the same large space, and the bobble stitch on the left, work a double crochet decrease. First work 2 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over. Insert the hook, yarn over and draw through. Yarn over again, and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. This is an incomplete double crochet. Pick up the bobble stitch and work another incomplete double crochet. There are now 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all loops. 1 double crochet decrease is completed. Fan pattern area. Work 2 double crochets in the chain space. Work 1 double crochet in the bobble stitch. Continue until the last chain space. Once completed, pick up the last stitch of this fan pattern and the first stitch of the fan pattern area on the left side. Work a double crochet decrease. Skip the single crochet in the interval area in the middle. First, pick up stitches to work incomplete double crochets separately. Finally, yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook. Next, pick up the last stitch of the fan pattern area and the first stitch of the next fan pattern area. Work a double crochet decrease. Skip 1 single crochet in the middle. Work 2 double crochets in the chain space between the fan pattern areas. Work a double crochet in the bobble stitch. Continue crocheting the remaining sections according to this pattern until the last chain space of the final fan pattern area. After completing, pick up the last stitch of the fan pattern and the large chain space on the left side to work a double crochet decrease. Then work 2 double crochets in the same space. Work 1 double crochet in each of the following stitches and chain spaces. This is what row 5 looks like when completed. Continue to row 6. Chain 3 as beginning chain. The beginning chain corresponds to the double crochet below, starting from the first stitch on the left side. Correspondingly make a treble crochet, yarn over the hook twice, insert the hook, yarn over and draw through. There are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat 3 times. Once. Twice. 3 times. 1 treble crochet is completed. Pick up stitches below and work 3 treble crochets correspondingly. After completing, skip 2 stitches. Make 1 treble crochet in the next stitch. Chain 5 as a transition. Skip 4 stitches below. Pick up 2 stitches on the left side, and work single crochets. Chain 5 as a transition. Skip 4 stitches. Make 1 treble crochet. Continue to skip 3 stitches, that is, on the second double crochet of the next fan pattern. Work 1 treble crochet correspondingly. Chain 5 as a transition. Skip 4 stitches. Work single crochets on the middle 2 stitches correspondingly. Chain 5. Skip 4 stitches. That is, on the second to last double crochet of this fan pattern. Make 1 treble crochet. Downward, on the second double crochet of each fan pattern group, and on the second to last double crochet stitch, work treble crochets. Work single crochets on the middle 2 stitches correspondingly. Skip 4 stitches between the treble crochet and the single crochet. Chain 5 as a transition. Everyone follow this pattern, or refer to the chart to finish this row, until the last fan pattern. Skip 2 stitches and work 1 treble crochet increase. That is, work 2 treble crochets in the same stitch. Downward, pick up stitches correspondingly to work treble crochets. The last stitch is worked into the beginning chain of the previous row. Row 6 is completed. Next, work row 7. This row is simple. First, chain 3 as beginning chain. Work 1 double crochet corresponding to the stitch. Work 4 double crochets into the chain space. The last stitch is worked into the beginning chain of the previous row. This is what the sample looks like after completing row 7. Work row 8 downward. First, chain 3 as beginning chain, then work 1 chain space. Turn the work. The beginning chain corresponds to the double crochet below. Next, skip 2 stitches. Then work 3 double crochets into the same stitch. That is, work 3 double crochets into the same stitch. We consider these 3 double crochets as one leaf. Work 1 chain space. Skip 3 stitches below and work 1 leaf. After that, work 1 leaf every 3 stitches in this row. Work 1 chain space between 2 leaves. Everyone follow the pattern to crochet until 3 stitches before the end. Now work 1 chain at this position, skip 2 stitches, work 1 double crochet into the turning chain at the edge. That completes row 8. Continue to row 9, chain 3. Turn the work piece. Work 1 leaf into the chain space below. That is, work 3 double crochets. One chain. Pick up the chain space and work 1 leaf. This row is worked by making leaves in each chain space. Chain 1 between them. Work according to the pattern. Work until the second chain from the hook. After completing, chain 1. Work 2 double crochets into the large space at the edge. Then pick up the same large space, and the third chain from the turning chains on the left side. Work 1 double crochet decrease. That completes row 9. Move on to row 10. Chain 4. Turn the work. Work leaves into each chain space in this row. Chain 1 between them. Finish with 1 chain. Work 2 double crochets into the double crochet stitch at the edge. Row 10 is complete. The next 2 rows are identical to rows 9 and 10. Refer to the previous demonstration or pattern chart to finish. Row 13 corresponds to working double crochets into stitches and chain spaces. Complete according to the pattern chart. This is what the swatch looks like when completed. Work row 14 downward. Chain 3 as beginning chain. Turn the work. Work 1 double crochet into the left stitch. Chain 1. Skip 1 stitch. Work 2 double crochets consecutively. Treat these 2 double crochets as a group. Chain 1. Skip 1 stitch. Work a group of double crochets. That is, work 2 double crochets consecutively. This row has a space of 1 stitch. Work a group of double crochets. Chain 1 between each group of double crochets. Complete this row following the pattern. Row 14 is completed. Work row 15. Chain 1 to begin. Work a single crochet on the edge stitch. Chain 2. Skip 1 stitch. Work a single crochet in the left chain space. Chain 3. Work a single crochet in the chain space. Chain 3. Then work single crochets in each chain space. Chain 3 between single crochets. Crochet following the pattern until the last chain space. Chain 2. Work a single crochet by picking up the beginning chain. Row 15 is completed. Move on to row 16. Chain as beginning chain. Work a single crochet on the edge stitch. Chain 3. Skip the 2 chain space. Start from the left 3 chain large space. Work single crochets in each chain space. Chain 3 between them. Follow the pattern until the last 3 chain large space. After completing, chain 3. Skip the 2 chain space on the left side. Work a single crochet on the edge stitch. Row 16 is completed. We consider rows 2 through 16 as one pattern repeat. Continue creating such a repeat sequence. Pay attention to row 6 where we work treble crochets. The stitch count on both sides may vary slightly. Refer to the previous demonstration. Follow the pattern chart to complete the corresponding rows. Before crocheting the last row of the body, we can first mark the middle 8 chain spaces with stitch markers. Then follow the pattern to work the leaves until the first stitch marker. Complete this part on your own first. Then work into the chain space where the stitch marker is. Crochet 3 half double crochets. One chain. Skip 2 stitches. In the stitch and chain space, work 3 single crochets in a row. 1 chain. All the following are spaced by 1 stitch. Work 3 single crochets in a row, with 1 chain space between them, until before the second stitch marker. The sample has fewer stitches here, just demonstrating the method. At this position, crochet 1 chain. Skip 2 stitches. Work 3 half double crochets in the stitch marker space. Crochet leaves according to the pattern below. Complete it on your own. After finishing the last row of the body, crochet the right shoulder part below. First, crochet according to the pattern until the third to last leaf on the right side, which is the large space before the third leaf. Counting from the half double crochet to the right, the sample here is already completed. After finishing, crochet 1 chain. Work 1 half double crochet in the left chain space, and 1 single crochet. Pick up the stitch on the left side for 1 single crochet. Next, carry the yarn across to crochet the next row. Pull a large loop. Thread the yarn ball through the loop. Pull tight. Carrying yarn technique completed. Turn the work. Join yarn on the first double crochet on the left side. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through. Note, don't pull the carried yarn too tight. Keep it level with the fabric. Chain 3 to begin. Work a leaf in the chain space on the left side. Follow the pattern to complete this row. This is what the right shoulder part of the swatch looks like after completing row 2. The last row doesn't use any new stitch techniques. Refer to the chart to finish crocheting. After completing the last stitch, work a chain stitch to secure. Pull a large loop, leave a yarn tail of about 5 cm and cut the yarn. Tighten the loop. That's it for the right shoulder part. Continue to join yarn for the left shoulder part. Join yarn on the third double crochet of the second leaf on the left half. Make a slip knot. Draw the yarn through. Joining the yarn is complete. Chain 1 to begin. Work another single crochet in the same stitch. Work a single crochet and a half double crochet in the chain space on the left side. Weave in ends while crocheting. Place the yarn tail above the crochet hook. Continue crocheting leaves according to the pattern. Complete this row. The next 2 rows don't introduce new stitch techniques. Just follow the pattern chart to complete them. That's all for the left shoulder part. Up to this point, the first section is completely done. After finishing the first section, continue with the second section using the same yarn. The first 2 rows don't have new stitch patterns. Follow the pattern chart for crocheting. Row 3 introduces a new stitch technique. Single crochet increase. Work according to the pattern first, until the last chain space. Then make a single crochet increase on the turning chain, which means working 2 single crochets in the same stitch. This is the single crochet increase. Rows 4 through 8 don't use new stitch patterns. Just follow the pattern chart for crocheting. Row 9, work according to the pattern first. The last stitch on the turning chain of the previous row, treble crochet 3 in 1, which means working 3 treble crochets in the same stitch. Then chain 4. Row 9 completed. Move on to row 10. Start with 1 chain as beginning chain. Pick up half of the chain side. Work 1 single crochet. One half double crochet. 2 double crochets. Continue crocheting according to the pattern. Correspondingly make double crochets on the stitches. Chain spaces correspond to 4 double crochets. Row 11 first work leaves according to the pattern until the last double crochet stitch. Then chain 1. Skip 1 stitch. On the edges single crochet stitch. Work 2 double crochets and 1 treble crochet. Then chain 15. No new stitch techniques used below. First work leaves on chain according to the diagram. After completing, work leaves in chain spaces between each leaf. 1 chain space between each leaf. Refer to the diagram to repeat the pattern sequence. Complete the corresponding row numbers. This completes the second section. The third section uses no new stitch techniques. All work leaves in chain spaces. Attach yarn to the last stitch of the last row, on the right shoulder part of the first section. Join yarn at the last stitch of the last row. Refer to the diagram to complete it yourself. This completes the third section. Up to this point, the main part is done. Move on to crochet the hat. Note, choose color segments similar to the neckline color for the hat. From the third section of the main part, join yarn at the chain corresponding to the edge beginning chain. Chain 1 as beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. Pick up the chain on the left side, and work single crochets in the entire braid. Weave the yarn tails into stitches while crocheting. The chain corresponding to the leaf. Pick up half of the chain and work 1 single crochet. The large space with 3 chains on the left side. Pick up the chain braid and work 3 single crochets. The swatch has fewer stitches here. Follow the pattern chart for crocheting. Pick up treble crochets along the neckline edge. Crochet 3 single crochets. Insert the hook into the placement of stitches for the treble crochet. Work 1 single crochet. Pick up the beginning chain on the left side, and work 3 single crochets. Pick up the corresponding stitch and work 1 single crochet. Continue to pick up the entire post and work 3 single crochets. Work 1 single crochet in the stitch. Toward the neckline edge, pick up the entire post, or work the entire beginning chain. In the first section at the neckline, pick up stitches and chain spaces for crocheting. Refer to the diagram for specific placement. For the second section of the neckline, pick up the entire post or beginning chain for crocheting. Refer to the diagram for specific placement. After completing, check the total stitches against the diagram. This is what the first row of the swatch looks like when completed. Starting from the second row, work back and forth to crochet the leaves. Same crochet method as the main part's leaf rows. Follow the diagram to complete the corresponding rows. After completing the corresponding rows for the hat, need to make double crochet decreases in the chain spaces on both sides of the middle leaf. On both sides of the middle leaf, I'll demonstrate the crocheting method here. First, locate the middle leaf. Mark the chain spaces on both sides. Follow the pattern to crochet the leaves up to the first stitch marker. Then make 1 chain. Pick up at the 2 marked spots to make a double crochet decrease. One chain. Continue crocheting the leaves according to the pattern. The following rows use the same technique. Follow the pattern to crochet the leaves. Pick up the chain spaces on both sides to make a double crochet decrease in the middle. After completing the last row of the hat piece, leave a long yarn tail for sewing the ends. First, crochet the fabric piece according to the pattern chart. Fold the hat piece in half after finishing. Cut the yarn leaving a tail 3 times longer. Pull the yarn through. Thread the needle. Use the whip stitch method. Sew 2 corresponding stitches of the fabric pieces together. Sew 1 stitch to another. So while tidying up the fabric, be mindful not to sew crooked. Thread the end to the wrong side. Weave in the ends on the back. You can weave in the ends several times. Finally, trim off the excess tail. This is what the hat looks like after sewing. That's all for the hat. Now let's move on to the edging. Starting from the third section. Along the hat. Up to the end of the second section. Pick up the entire post along the edge. Or work single crochets into the entire beginning chain. The number of stitches can be adjusted. Just crochet to fit. After completing the last single crochet, make one slip stitch in the same spot. Finish with one chain to secure. Weave in ends on the wrong side. Refer to the diagram to complete it yourself. That's all for the edging. Finally, make the tassels. Starting from the corner position. Along the bottom edge and cuffs. Then to the bottom edge of the second and third sections. For attaching, cut 3 yarn tails 2/8 cm long and fold in half. Thread through the chain space at the bottom edge. Pull all yarn tails through the folded loop. Gently pull to tighten. This completes one tassel. For the cuffs, thread through the side seam, through the entire post or the entire turning chain. Attach all tassels using the same method. That's all for the tassels. Up to this point. The crochet method for this shawl is now complete. If you have any unclear parts during the crocheting process, don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.